Fadika with 14, Womack with 13. Womack 3 for 4 from beyond the arc. Hawks as a team are 5 for 10. 5 for 9, excuse me. 5 for 11. My math is, see, I told you, my math skills aren't very good.
I mean, throughout that record, it's safe to say that they're taking much smarter shots than they usually are due to their pass games. I know they have been struggling off the outside from the arc, which is like kind of like below 30. And in this game, they're like right in the 50%, which is really good for them.
7 on the game clock. Hughes will try to drive on Stuckman, tries to draw a contact, no good. Rebound Fadika. And that'll do it for the first half. QU with a solid first half. They lead at 44-34. We'll be back with you in a few. Umsel will start with the ball. Possession arrow with them, so they'll start the second half with the ball. Both teams with their starting 5 out there. Houston, Hinton, Stuckman, Womack, and Fadika for Quincy. Dust, Webb, Towery, Matthews, and Grubbs. Actually not in the starting lineup, but he's out there to start the second half. As we are underway, 3/4 of the way done with this doubleheader. The QU women picking up a 12-point victory over these same Umsel Tritons earlier. It looked like Towery's hand kind of got stuck in the net there as he went up for the layup. Interesting start here to the second half. QU with a 10-point lead. The women had an 11-point lead at halftime and ended up winning that game by 12. So see if Quincy can kind of maintain this deficit or maintain this lead, as Fadika just going to work underneath. He has 16. I don't know about you, but this is probably the best game I've seen Fadika play.
Oh, yes, definitely. He's really efficient on the inside and doing everything he can for the team.
Towery trying to draw a contact. He does, but no call. He saves it. Shot clock doesn't reset. Ball didn't hit the rim. As Grubbs will look for a 3 off front iron. A foul on the floor. We'll see who it's on. Towery and Stuckman were fighting for the ball underneath the basket. Stuckman gets tagged for the foul, his second.
That's tough. That's real tough there.
And both of Stuckman's fouls have been just fighting for rebounds. He had that one underneath the basket earlier. He kind of wrapped around. As Steve Webb will look to drive on Stuckman. Good pass to Towery. No good. Umsel in the first half shooting just under 41% on the season. That's well under the season average of almost 49%. Let's give it to the big fella down low. Fadika, he tries to find Houston. That's deflected out of bounds. Back to Umsel.
Smart pass by Fadika. Just got to be a little careful there.
A little bit out of control. Grubbs thought about a 3 there from the Pepsi logo, but thought better of it.
You'd be surprised how many players can shoot that deep.
I'll be honest, I was not a very good player back in the day, but one thing I could do was shoot. That's about it. I was that 6-foot white guy that couldn't really jump, was slow, but I could shoot. That was about it. As Towery knocks in the jumper to bring the score to 46-36. That pass is deflected. Good hands by Grubbs. Almost loses out of bounds. Maintains possession. Nice dump off to Towery. And he gets it up and in. It's a 3-possession game, 46-38. Excellent vision there from Grubbs. He's played a nice first half and change. Coming off the bench and giving Umsel some valuable minutes. Womack will try a 3, no good. Near the halftime, maybe he went a little cold. Maybe a good thing for Umsel. Towery wide open for 3. He'll let it fly, and it's good. Towery knocks in the 3, and Brian Ellenthal wants a timeout. Not the start QU is looking as Quincy holds on to a 46-41 lead after the 3-pointer by Jason Towery.
I'm not sure what the coach said to the guys in Umsel, but they are really fired up. And they got a good start in the first 2.5 minutes of the game.
Maybe that one-to-one, man-to-man talk you were talking about earlier maybe worked. as they've crawled back within 5. Hinton down low to Fadika. Bullet of a pass. His big hands to Fadika handled it. The hands couldn't handle it there. Ball comes out to Womack with 5 on the shot clock. He'll let it fly with a hand in his face. No good. Grubs the rebound. Umsel back the other way with numbers. Matthews will pull up for 3. No good. He gets his own miss. Matthews on the air of nearly a 42% three-point shooter. I mentioned Umsel, a very good three-point shooting team. Just over 35%. And you say 35%, well, that's only 1 out of every 3. But at the Division II level, if you make at least 1 out of every 3 of your three-pointers, that's not too shabby.
No, not at all. It's 33.3%, I believe.
Matthews will inbound and out to Steve Webb at the top of the key. Tries to get it into Towery. Not a very smart pass there. Towery knocks it out of bounds. Back to Quincy. Not sure. I know what Steve Webb was trying to do there, but doesn't look like there was a whole heck of a lot of space to fit that in. He was trying to do his best Patrick Mahomes impersonation and try to fit it into a tight window. He'll be in action tomorrow. This is one of the best times of the year, the NFL playoffs. Chiefs and Patriots tomorrow. Mahomes against Brady, the kid against the vet.
You're a big football fan?
Big football fan. You can bet your money I'll be watching those games tomorrow. The foul there on Fadika as Steve Webb drives to the basket. Who you got for your Super Bowl predictions?
Oh, man. Personally, I'm not really much of a football fan.
Okay.
It's, I don't know. To me, football, it's really competitive. I can see that, but, it's kind of slow.
Yeah, it can be.
So it's kind of I'm not really used to watching games that are slow pace, basically.
Mm-hmm. It can get a little repetitive. Not for everybody. I've always said, out of just about any sport, I think football was made for TV, just probably more than any other sport, I would think.
Yeah, I agree with you. You have a favorite football team?
Well, it was the Rams. I mean, I don't know anymore. I don't know. I'm not. There's one team out there in particular that I don't really care for, but I'm not gonna mention that on the air. I might lose a few fans out there. Whatever.
That's understandable.
However many I have, probably not many right now, but
that should have been a foul right there.
Lissink finds Grubbs for 3. He hits it. Jose Grubbs gets Umsel within 1. It's 46-45. As the crowd tries to get Quincy, give him some energy. So they've let Umsel back into this game. A 9-0 run. 11-0 run, actually, as it was 46-34 at one point. The ball goes out of bounds. Towery turns it over. Back to Quincy.
They have to be careful with pass like that. That happened at least a couple of times by now.
Umsel with an 11-0 run has closed the gap to 46-45. Quincy led 46-34 earlier in this half, but Umsel's fought their way back. To make it a one-point game should be a good one down the stretch.
I agree.
Houston has to come almost out to half court to catch that one. Womack gives it right back to him over to Briscoe on the left wing. Fadika fighting Towery for position down low. He has a size advantage. Towery at 6'5", Fadika at 6'7". Womack will let it fly from 3, and he'll hit it. Big bucket there by Jacoby Womack, his 4th three-pointer of the afternoon.
He's been shooting the ball real well today.
4 for 6 from behind the arc, 16 points for Womack. His other 2 points coming at the free throw line. Steve Webb will get a screen from Carter. He'll give it right back to Carter, and he tries to go up on Stuckman. Excellent fighting through the contact. He makes it a one-possession game. Josh Carter now into double digits with 11. Stuckman will let it fly from 3. No good. Fadika, excellent job fighting. Carter will pick up the foul. Fadika did a nice job fighting out of the basket. He fought Webb and Carter for that rebound. Came down with the rebound and drew a foul. It's not just Fadika on the offensive end. That's where he shines the brightest, is being physical down low, drawing contact, and we've seen him draw a few fouls today. 14:25 to go in the second half. Quincy with a 2-point lead. Womack had just made that three to extend the Hawks' lead. And they'll call an offensive foul as he pushed off of Steve Webb a little bit and they wrapped around him.
It'll be on Tanner Stuckman.
Oh, foul's on Stuckman, my bad.
Yeah.
I was watching Womack.
Yeah, Stuckman, he was trying to post up, but he has his arm wrapped around a guy, and that's an illegal play on offense. You have to have both your hands up high in order to get the ball. You can't hold anyone off.
Yep. That's Stuckman's third foul. He'll come out. Robert DeVries comes in for him. Down low to Dust, working on Fadika. Excellent defense by Fadika. Foul going the other way. Aziz Fadika. Excellent defense under the basket, keeping Dust from just going anywhere, acting like a brick wall. Eric Dust charged with the foul, his first. Under 14 minutes to play in the second half. Briscoe will set things up for Houston. Pass deflected. Or was it? Yeah, it was. I thought so. Ref baseline.
I figured it would be.
Ref on the baseline initially ruled Umsel ball, but it's off Umsel. Back to Quincy. 19 on the shot clock. Womack will inbound for the Hawks. Houston the top of the key. Houston with 5. DeVries is yet to get on the scoreboard. And 7 minutes of action. DeVries working on Josh Carter. He'll kick it over to Womack on the left wing. Dribble it off his foot. Recovers it with 3 on the shot clock. Houston a deep 3. Demetrius Houston about 6 feet behind the three-point line. That's an NBA 3 if I've ever seen one. And he makes it a 2-possession game, 52-47. Fadika, he's got about a foot and 2 inches on Williams and about 100 pounds. Williams wasn't going anywhere past that big boy.
No way.
Wisnik for 3, and he answers Houston. Boy, what an entertaining second half this has been. Entertaining game. DeVries, scissors to the defense, finds Houston. That's 2 in a row for Houston. He's in the double digits with 11. Third Hawks player in double digits, joining Fadika and Womack. They each have 16. Wisnik now at the Pepsi logo, gets it down low to Dust. He recovers it. Back out to Wisnik. Matthews swings it over to Webb. He gets a screen from Carter. 12 on the shot clock. Driving on DeVries. Good defense by DeVries. It's poked away by Fadika. It's stolen by Briscoe. Quincy with numbers the other way. Will Houston try it? No. Womack down low, and he's fouled. Houston thawed him out of the crowd. Wanted him to let it fly. A little heat check. But the smart senior gives it up.
Tried to get up a good shot for a great shot.
There you go. Exactly.
I don't blame him for that.
Exactly. Well, you couldn't really blame him either way. If you'd have let that fly, I mean, you made 2 3-pointers on 2 straight possessions. If I'm Hellenthal, I wouldn't be mad at him for letting that one fly. But you also like the unselfish play, getting up to Womack. He misses the first. Some substitutions for Umsel. Towery back into the game along with Jose Grubbs. Replacing Dust and Webb, excuse me. 12:21 to go in the second half. QU with a 5-point lead. And Womack knocks down the second one. He has 17 now. Leading scorer in this ball game. Matthews being guarded by DeVries. Oh, nice crossover by Matthews. He gets into the lane, finds Grubb. Back over to Matthews. He's got nowhere to go. Back out to Carter. Proby on Camillo. Good defense. 6 on the shot clock. Nice turnaround by Carter. No good. As Vald, all he could do in that situation, got some space. Quincy pushing back the other way. Camillo down low. Nice move by Paulo Camillo, but he can't get it to fall. The big Brazilian going to work down low, but can't finish.
It's a great move either way.
Active hands by Womack, and he saves it from going out of bounds. Heck of a play, a spin move, and he draws contact, no foul. Briscoe is there for the putback. Jacoby Womack all over the place. The crowd gets back into it. 8-point lead for the Hawks. Women won the first game. Can the men win the second one? Matthews probing. Nice dump off to Carter. He has nowhere to go. He's trapped. Shoulders off Camillo and lets it fly. No good. Puts it back the other way. Houston will slow things down. Pick and roll action to Camillo. He's got Carter on him. Turns to his left, over his left shoulder. No good. Good defense there by Carter just to maintain position. As Matthews lets it fly, we'll ask you that question here in a second as Grubbs gets the rebound. Back to Matthews for three. Got it.
I can't let that happen.
58-53. Now, what I was going to say on that position down low, what's the key? Is it getting low? Is it, getting your butt into that guy? What's the key down low, getting position like that on offense?
Like you said, getting low, getting position, and you got to hit them early. Or hit them when they're not knowing when it's coming.
But also do that without drawing a foul. Houston misses that shot. Matthews, Towery for three, no good. Briscoe tipped it out of bounds. I think it'll be Umsel ball. No. Well, we have mixed signals here. It'll be Umsel ball. Looks like Briscoe tipped that out of bounds. Media timeout. All in the second half. Now, Marcellus, we were talking earlier about Umsel's size. They come to this one with a plus 6.2 rebounding margin per game. They're leading the rebounding battle right now, 27-21 for the Hawks. The only thing that matters, they lead in the only thing that matters, which is the scoreboard. They lead by 5 with just over 10 minutes to play. Webb will inbound with a fresh shot clock for Umsel, almost out of bounds. Nice save by Hughes. Pass deflected by Houston. He saves it. Nearly hit the official on the far side. And a foul will be called on Jason Towery.
It always bugged me that when you get a steal, some of the officials could be in the way.
Wrong place, wrong time. They're humans just like the rest of us.
Yeah, can't fix that.
On baseball, they're talking about the robot umpires. I'm not sure if that's even possible in basketball. There's so much that goes on. So I think we're safe on the whole robot officials thing in basketball.
Oh, yeah.
Unless something drastically changes in our lifetimes. Womack let it fly from three, in and out. Almost had it. Rebound to Wilkins-McCoy. And Matthews will bring it up for Umsel. Crosses over to Vries. To Webb, swings it back out to Hughes. They'll take it into the lane. Fadika's there to challenge. He altered that shot, but Towery was there for the putback, and it's a one-possession game. You see Fadika. So, blocks, I always think blocks are not the only barometer you can judge. It's a good stat to judge how well you contest shots and alter shots and stuff like that, but also, what doesn't go in the stat book is those shots you alter that you don't really get a piece of, but you make it a much more difficult shot as DeVries traveled.
Yeah,
Ball back to Umsel.
I averaged about 3 to 4 blocks, I think, last year. So it helps the margin, I believe.
58-55. Quincy leads it. They've led for the majority of this game since about the 18-minute mark in the first half. Steve Webb closely guarded by Jacoby Womack. Matthews gets it on the left wing to Anthony Hughes. Down low to Jalen Wilkins-McCoy. Matthews in the corner, 9 on the shot clock. Up and under Womack. Nice move, but bit of a wild shot. Hinton with the rebound. Womack pushes over to Briscoe. He'll let it fly for three. No good. Rebound out of the reach of Hinton, and back comes Umsel. They have numbers. Hughes lays it up and in. Nice touch. You see a lot of times, sometimes on those fast breaks, you got wide open layup, but sometimes you're going a little too fast. Nice job by Hughes. Nice body control. That's one thing that always amazes me with these high-level college and professional basketball players, just the body control to just keep your body from getting away from you, and this Hinton gives it away.
It's definitely you have to change pace of whatever's going on around you. You have to be real quick about it, too.
And Umsel regains the lead all of a sudden, 59-58. Little 6-0 run has Umsel ahead, 59-58. This one's going to come down to the wire. 7:30 to go. Womack steps back on Webb. No good. Fadika with the rebound. He kicks it back out to Houston. So second chance points were a big factor in last game as it ended up proving to win as Webb knocks it away from Fadika. Back the other way comes Umsel looking to build on their lead. Hughes, a shot fake, gets past Hinton, an off-balance shot. Not sure there was much contact there.
It should have been a travel if you ask me. Definitely seemed to be out of control and trying to get to the basket.
Fouls on Fadika. He'll get an explanation from the official. Hughes is a little out of control, but nonetheless, we'll go to the free throw line as soon as we come back here. We talked about how good Umsel is on the defensive end. His defense coming into this game third in scoring defense. They've held Quincy to just 29% shooting in the second half. And they've shot almost 53% themselves.
Yeah, their defense have improved much from the first half, I would say.
Quincy just 14 points in the first 13 minutes of the second half. I'd say that's a drastic improvement. Anthony Hughes knocks down the first free throw. He'll look to make it a three-point game with this next one. He does not. Rebound bounces around, and they'll call a foul on Eric Dust over the back. And you see that positioning by Fadika. He's very athletic and skilled for a big man, but he's also he does all the mechanics right. He gets in position, boxes out, does the little things. Now, those little things often turn into big things, but he does them well.
Yeah, little things really matter in situations like this.
2-point game. Womack gets past Webb. He'll kick it to Stuckman over to Houston to take the lead. No good. Rebound Hinton. He'll put it back up. Almost in there. That would have tied it. The three would have given him the lead. Now, that could be a huge bounce. That could have turned this game. 60-58 Umsel. We got a good one. Good defense by Fadika challenging that shot. Again, the good positioning coming into play.
Has hands up and everything.
Houston going to the basket a little bit out of control. And they call a block. So I believe he might have been in the, I think it'll be on Steve Webb. He was in the restricted arc, I do believe. Fouls on Webb, his third. As Houston will try to tie it with a pair of free throws. He has 11. He's made a pair of three-pointers. Three-pointers, actually. 3 for 4. Hawks 8 for 19 on the day as he misses the first. Houston, 76% free throw shooter. This Hawks team coming in as a team just under 71% from the line. Trying to make it a one-point game, and he does. 60-59, 6:25 to play. Excellent ball game we have. It was a pretty good first game. An even better second one. Nice hands by Hinton. Ooh. As Grubbs went up there and just out-jumped Hinton for that ball. It's 50-50 balls can, the key is Webb looked like he might have gotten away with the travel there, but ball goes out of bounds to Quincy. A little bit of debris on the court. Not sure what exactly that was, but 6:05 to go. Second half. Houston probing the baseline. Wissink got a hand on that. As Hinton goes up and in for two. And Hawks have a 61-60 lead. Lead changing hands here with about 5.5 to go. Carter thought about a three. He spins on Stuckman, tries to go up. Looked like good defense by Stuckman, but he'll pick up his fourth foul.
Was that really a foul? That's really questionable to me. He has hands up, but that's what just a body.
Yeah, that's one of those. Well, it could go either way. There was some contact. He had good position.
Not much you
could
can
go
do
either way.
That.
Yeah, and if you're Stuckman, not much you can do. As Briscoe set the check in, he'll likely replace Stuckman. He has 4 fouls. Briscoe in for Stuckman. Johnathan Matthews back into the game. He'll replace Steve Webb. 5:22 to go. Tie ball game. Josh Carter trying to give Umsel the lead. And he does with his 13th point of the game. He's the leading scorer for Umsel. Coming into this game just averaging right around 7 points a game. He's almost doubled that. There's still 5 minutes to play. As he sits, Eric Dust back into the game for Umsel. Womack lost it. Dust has it. Back for Umsel. 5 minutes to go. Wissink in the far corner, working on Womack. Grubbs will try a three. Little bit of contact there, but he hit it anyway. Hinton might have got away with a foul there. It looks like he hit the arm of Grubbs, but yeah. Grubbs makes it a 2-possession game. That's a big shot in this game. Fadika working on Dust. He's doubled. Grubbs comes to double team. He gets it out to Briscoe with 10 on the shot clock. Down low to Hinton. The turnaround, no good. Rebound Towery. Matthews with that speed back the other way, and a foul on Jacoby Womack, a reach-in foul.
Not a good foul there.
Not a good foul. Umsel in the bonus. Matthews, 89% free throw shooter, will go to the line. Not the guy you want to put on the free throw line.
Marcus missed that hook shot because he was a little too far away from the inside from the basket. If he would have got a little bit closer, it would have been easier for him.
Yeah, with his offhand too.
Yeah,
the right-handed shooter going up with his left hand. That's not easy. Matthews will shoot the 1-and-1. Knocks down the first. It's a 5-point game. Quincy is going cold here in the second half. Just 17 points. Shooting just under 29% from the field. It's a 6-point game as Matthews knocks them both. Approaching 4:10 to go. Matthews, tight defense on Briscoe. Briscoe gets it down low to Fadika. He kicks it out to Briscoe. He tried to find Houston. He did. Down low to Fadika. Up and under. No shot. Call the foul, though. Fadika will go to the line regardless. Hawks are in the bonus. As Jason Towery is down. He went flying over Fadika. That does not look good. He went down hard.
Yeah, one thing coaches always mention when it comes to plays like that on the inside, always stay on the ground. Because stay off the ground, something like that can happen, and it's really dangerous. You can get really hurt. You can get a serious injury from that, too.
Towery picks up his 4th foul nonetheless, so you get a foul called on you and you go down hard, and it's your 4th foul. So even if he can come back into this game, he's at 4 fouls. Let's take a 30-second break, and we'll be right back with you on the GLVC Sports Network. Comes out of the game. You got to wonder with 4 fouls if they'd even want him even back in the game anyway.
Yeah, it all depends on certain circumstances.
Aziz Fadika will go to the line for the 1-and-1. So he was fouled by Towery on the play. Towery picked up his 4th foul. And Fadika knocks in the first one. Right around 68% on the year. Try to make it a 4-point game. And he does not rebound Wissink. Umsel back the other way with 3:55 to go and a 5-point lead. Coming down to the wire here at Pepsi Arena. What's been a very, very good game here in the second game of this doubleheader. QU led by 10 at half, but they've gone cold in the second half, and Umsel has outscored them by 15. Matthews will try a deep three, and he buries it.
A little shove right there against Kobe Womack. Not surprised that was an offensive foul.
Briscoe comes off a pair of screens for Fadica. A foul underneath. Will be on Matthews. He held Marcus Hinton. Hinton will go to the line and try to make it a two-possession game. 3:20 to play.
Marcus was a little too big for him, I would say.
I would say.
It's going against David versus Goliath, and Goliath wins that round.
Hinton's got at least listed about 10 inches on him.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
It looks like almost even more than that from up here. Hinton will shoot a 1-and-1. He misses the front end. That's a big miss. So he could have made it a two-possession game, but instead Umsel maintains the 8-point lead.
Yeah,
Matthews working on Houston, and he's rejected by Hinton.
Great block by Marcus Hinton. Yeah, what I was saying is about when it comes to free throws, they are very crucial, especially when it comes to post games like this.
Often what decides games like this. Saw that in the first game. Quincy shooting right around 90% from the free throw line. Michaela Gronwald and Maddie Spagnola, if you didn't watch that game, combined for 52. They combined to go, listen to this, 22 for 24 from the free throw line. Spagnola was 13 for 14, Gronwald 9 for 10. That is virtually automatic.
Yeah, she's been playing really well lately. She's definitely the powerhouse of the group for the women's team.
Just a sophomore, too. Grubbs leaves that one short, fresh shot clock, and he's hit in the eye by Jacoby Womack. Womack picks up his fourth. 2:44 to play. Umsel with an 8-point lead. Boy, would this be a heartbreaking loss if Quincy were to end up losing this one. They had a 10-point lead at halftime, played one of the better halves they've played all year.
Yeah, this second half was a game changer for Umsla. And as you mentioned, for the Quincy Hawks, they were coming off real cold in the first couple of minutes in the second half and try to pick things up. So it's an only matter of time where Quincy Hawks have to make a huge run for these last 3 minutes of the game.
And down 3 possessions now, maybe 4 if Grubbs can knock this one and make it a 10-point lead for the Tritons, which he does. Nothing but net. 72-62. Umsel with the lead, 2:40 to play. Briscoe driving down the lane, he gets it in for 2. 72-64. Quick buckets like that are what's going to get Quincy back in this game. Wissick out near half court. Try to drive on Briscoe. He gets it over to Webb, who's nearly entered into the game. With 4 fouls, Webb has. Wissick working on Briscoe. 8 on the shot clock. Dust gives it off to Grubbs, who's had a nice second half. Grubbs goes up with it, off front iron, no good. And a foul on the floor. I believe that's on Houston.
Very tough rebound by him there.
Steve Webb coming up with a nice offensive rebound. He draws the foul on Houston. Houston with only 2 fouls, so he's not really in much foul trouble. That's Stuckman with 4. Womack with 4. Womack's out there right now.
Yeah, he has to be real careful with his fouls because they definitely do need him for these last 2 minutes here.
And Stuckman set the check back into the game. And they will after that made free throw by Steve Webb to make it a 9-point game. He'll replace Fadica. Exactly 2 minutes to play. Umsel with a 9-point lead. Webb looking to push the lead back to double digits. He does not fight for the rebound, and we'll call a foul on Webb. That's Webb's 4th. Jacoby Womack will shoot the free throws for Quincy with 1:59 to go. These are big free throws to get you back into this game.
He'll have to make two of these, cut the lead short.
Hawks 10 for 15 from the line. Good for 67%. Triton's right around 76%. He sinks the first one, big free throw. Makes it an 8-point game. Quincy needs to string together a couple stops and a couple quick buckets. If they do that, they're right back into it. Umzel, they can get a bucket on this next possession. Might just about do it. Especially if they can run a lot of time off the clock. And you wonder when Quincy's going to start the foul. Hinton pressuring the inbound, and Grubbs has to call a timeout. Umzel down to 2 timeouts now. It'll be just a 30-second timeout, so we'll stay. And Shane Wissink with 10. Those are the leading scorers for Umzel. Womack with 19, Fadika 17, and Demetrius Houston with 12 for the Hawks. They just get it in. Grubbs does. It's knocked away. It stays with Umzel. Good hands there by Houston.
Hawks are doing everything they can to get the ball back.
Matthews gets the inbound pass, gets it across half court for the Tritons. They'll set up their half court offense. They'll call a block on Demetrius Houston. Not the guy you want to send to the line.
Oh, man, yeah.
1:50 to play. Matthews try to make it a 9-point game. Because the free throw shooter as he is, you'd half expect it to be after these 2 free throws.
At close games like this, you want to foul the worst free throw shooters, and then that way you'll have a decent advantage to come back to the game.
See that shooter's roll. That's good. Free throw shooters get those kinds of rolls. Off front iron and in. Matthews makes it an 8-point game. I'll try to make it a 9-point game with this one. 1:50 to go. Quincy held a 10-point lead at half, and they've put up just 22 points here in the second half.
Yeah, when you mentioned rolling it into the basket, we kind of call it the shooter's touch.
Shooter's touch. There it is. And he makes it a 9-point game. Matthews does. His 15th and 16th points of the game. Houston with a quick 3. A little bit ill-advised. Womack gets the rebound out to Briscoe. Thought about it, and he's fouled. And he'll go to the line to shoot 2. Both teams in the double bonus now. You get into games like this, down the stretch, and you're going to foul. It's big if the team is in the bonus versus the double bonus.
Yeah, both of the teams are on double bonus now.
And the first one is in and out for Briscoe. They'll try to make it an 8-point game with this free throw and try to give the Hawks a little bit of life. 1:41 to play. In half number 2, Umzel has outscored Quincy 41-24 here in the second half. It's been a tale of 2 halves, that's for sure. And the second one is in and out as well. Big misses there by Briscoe, and Matthews is streaking down the left sideline, and he catches a touchdown pass and makes it an 11-point game. Briscoe to Stuckman. Houston back to Stuckman. He'll let it fly. It rattles in and out. Talk about a shooter's roll. And around the rim, off the backboard, and back in. And Umzel will slow things down, and Briscoe fouls Matthews, and will send them back to the line for 2 more.
Not the person you want to foul in this game.
Definitely not. But you got to foul somebody. And you maybe hope he can miss one of these 2 if you're Quincy. For Umzel, he knocks both these in. Umzel gets a stop on Quincy's next possession. You would think. We've seen crazier things happen. You remember a couple years ago in the NCAA tournament, the Texas A&M Northern Iowa game, I think Northern Iowa led by 10 or 11 points with about 35 to 40 seconds left, and somehow Texas A&M came back and won that game in overtime.
Wow.
That was one of the crazier games I've ever seen. Quincy will have to hope for a similar fate here. Womack probing to the basket. Scoop shot, no good. Stuckman tip, again no good, and a foul underneath. The foul's on
have
Grubbs.
to take a smarter shot than that. They have to take a smarter shot than that. It was a little too soon. They rushed it off. They had to slow it down to get a good shot in.
Well, if you're Quincy, you got to get a quick shot, but he was kind of off balance. And free throw heddles in and out for Stuckman. Quincy just can't make their free throws down the stretch.
Yeah, not to mention there are too many bodies there too, so it'll definitely lower your shooting percent.
Quincy now, oh my goodness.
Man.
Stuckman misses both. Quincy now 5 for 13 in the second half from the free throw line.
That's not good.
They're 7 for 8 in the first half and 5 for 13 in this half.
Free throws are so important to a basketball game. Very important.
I would imagine.
If they would have made half of them, this would have been a closer game.
Yep. As Wissink misses the first. I would imagine Matt Shuckman of the Wig, one of the headlines that could be it is Quincy's free throw shooting costly down the stretch. They're a tale of two halves. That's certainly been that. Quincy led by 10 at the half. Now they find themselves trailing by 10, now 11. Umsel with an 80-69 lead. Stuckman has to launch up a quick three, and he hits it. 80-72. A little bit of, there's a DeAndre Alexander checks into the game for the Hawks. He's only played a minute so far this game. I haven't seen much of him. They'll foul Shane Wissink. The foul will be on Hinton. That's his fourth. A lot of Quincy players holding on to 4 fouls. They got 3 out there on the court right now, and Hinton, Stuckman, and Womack, one more foul, and they're done.
Yeah.
Wissink misses the first.
There might be a glimmer of hope, like you just said.
Wissink is 71% free throw shooter. Missed 2 of his last 3.
Pressure is definitely on him.
And he makes the second one. Still a 3-possession game. Quincy needs a quick bucket here within probably the first 10 seconds. Briscoe to the basket and one. Ryan Briscoe trying to get Quincy back into this game. A nice dribble drive. And he draws the contact and fights through it to go to the line. Now he's got to make this free throw to get it to a 2-possession game. Briscoe 1 for 3 from the line on the day, make it 1 for 4 as he misses. That could be a big miss, as that could have made it a 3-possession or a 2-possession game rather. As they'll foul Matthews and will go to the line. He has yet to miss from the free throw stripe today. 6 for 6 from the line, 89% coming in to the day. And he drills the first one, man. Matthews looks very confident at the free throw stripe. If you're 89% free throw shooter, I'd be pretty darn confident too.
Yeah, you don't see many players have that high percentage in the free throw line. That's beyond me.
That's about 9 out of every 10 free throws. Is Houston down low. He's rejected by Hughes. And that might just about do it. I wonder if Quincy will even bother to foul here. Matthews will dribble it back out for Hughes, and looks like Quincy's going to let it play out. About 3-second difference. But Quincy's going to fall at 8 and 10. They can't quite get that 9th victory. Looked pretty good in the first half. They're up by 10.
Yeah.
But Umsel will come out victorious on the road as the team split doubleheader. QU women won the first one by 12, and Umsel will win this one. Briscoe put up a shot at the buzzer, and it falls short, and so do the Hawks. 83-74. The audio is all good. Get the set up. And just hit live and then roll the loop, and then we'll be good to go.
Right now?
Yep, if you want to.
I was going to say, like at the 5-minute mark, we can go. I mean, that's what Will did.
Well, okay. Oh, well,
unless you want to do it right now.
How about we'll do it once they come out of the thing. Should be a couple minutes. Nothing till game time. Welcome to the second game of today's GOBC doubleheader. I'm Shane Holsey alongside Marcellus Johnson, and we're set to bring you the men's game between UMSL and Quincy University. In the opening game of this doubleheader, the QU women snapped a 4-game losing streak by beating UMSL 77-65. Maddie Spagnola, season high 29 points, and Michaela Gronwald also with a season high 23. Those two combined to go 22-24 from the free throw line. That's a big win for the QU women. The QU men will look to do the same as they face an UMSL squad that comes to this game 13-4, 4-3 in the GOBC. Quincy 8-9. A win today would match their 9-win win total from last year. They are 8-9, 2-5 in GOBC play, same as the women were coming into today. Marcellus, you were here for the Thursday game between QU and Maryville. They played here at Pepsi Arena a couple days ago after the women did. The QU men came out with a nice 2-point win. Marcus Hinton with a couple late buckets to seal the victory for UMSL in that one. Marcellus, what did you kind of see in that one that kind of propelled that QU team to victory? That was a big win over a pretty good Maryville team.
What I want to talk about is that it was a really great game. Like, it was close on and on. Both teams had a dog in them, and pretty much who wanted more in the second half. Snapped a 4-game skid with a 7-3-1 victory, as you said. And Marcus had the game tying and eventually game-winning buckets. He also had a dunk that tied with 71 with 2 minutes and 36 seconds left, and a putback layup that gave QU the lead with 1 minute and 37 seconds left. Maryville was inbound the ball with 2 seconds left, down by 2. The Hawks had a foul to get, so they fouled immediately and forced Maryville to inbound the ball again, and they did not get the shot off in time. Now the time was only between 0.1 seconds, so they didn't really have a good shot to get it. And so what they tried to do was, I guess, I had to throw an over the pass and try to tip it in, but I think one of the players, Tanner Stuckman, hit the ball out, which is how they gave the Quincy the victory. So all in all, it was a real great game. It was real fun to watch.
And you talked about how that win snapped the 4-game skid. In those 4 losses, the QU men lost by an average of 25.5 points. Now, granted, they played 2 pretty darn good teams in Lewis and Bellarmine. Bellarmine been the number 1 team in the country for a large portion of the year, and they almost came back against Lewis on the road. They had a big halftime deficit, nearly came back and really got into that game, got within a couple of possessions, but ended up losing by about 12 or so. I think it was 70. I think it was 12 points if my memory serves correctly. Now QU will look to maybe get towards starting somewhat of a winning streak. This will be the second game of a 4-game homestand, along with the women. The 2 teams they play back-to-back in GOBC play. Mentioned that win over Maryville. Now, what do you think be keys for them today to try to stop this very good UMSL team?
As far as I know, UMSL they got size and they're very athletic from what I remember playing against them last year. I definitely see some same face from last year. Definitely some new ones that I don't recognize, but I think in order for a way to Quincy to win is that they got lockdown on defense, can't have any breakdowns, because they had that in the last game against Maryville, and that's how they broke that 12-point lead that they had. And also, they got to move the ball well and find a good shot, and they've been doing a good job of that lately from the last game.
They mentioned moving the ball around, getting good shots, and they're also the QU's very much improved on defense this year. They gave up almost 84 points a game last year. This year, giving up just about right around 76.5. So that's about a 7-point difference from last year. Now, doesn't tell the whole story of how well your defense has played, but it's definitely a good barometer for the amount of pressure you can put on a team, force them into bad shots. Usually, the worse shots you're taking, the fewer points you're going to give up.
Right.
Now, Umsel comes into this one 13-4, and Quincy at 18-9, but they both had a common opponent back in early December. They both played Hannibal LaGrange. Hannibal LaGrange played road games against these two teams on back-to-back days. On December 7th, they took Umsel to overtime, but lost 81-77 rather. And then the very next day here at Pepsi Arena, I was here covering that game for the WIG. And to be honest with you, I wasn't really expecting it, but we probably should have after that overtime, nearly when they had over Umsel. They lost in overtime, like I said, but Hannibal LaGrange only ended up losing by 2. They had a chance to win it. Brady Smith got off a three-pointer, a few seconds left in that one, but it fell short, and QU squeaked out a 2-point win. So if you don't like to play the common opponent game, but if you're going to, you would think that would set up for a pretty good one here today, don't you think?
Yeah, I definitely believe so. I mean, I remember that game against Hannibal. I think our issue with us is that we play at a certain level as they do, and I believe that's been our biggest issue since from the beginning of the season, even last year. So hopefully, I think that game was a learning experience for us that we have to play our best game against any opponent. Yeah,
you can't play down to the. I'm not sure really Hannibal LaGrange is playing down to the competition. They're a pretty darn good NAIA team, but nonetheless, you probably should have won that game. Quincy, you'd think, by more than 2 points, but but still, you still won. You still did enough to win. Hannibal LaGrange just really did not go away. And we're just about set for the national anthem. The clock winding down to about 30 seconds. We'll take a break, and after the national anthem, we'll get you the starting lineups and get you set for tip-off between Umsel and QU. This is the GLBC Sports Network. Excellent job there by the QU marching band on the national anthem. I always think that's one of the cool things about college sports is the bands playing the national anthems, but just about set to introduce the starting lineups We'll introduce Umsel, the visiting team, first 13-4, 4-3 in the GOVC. Coming off a victory on the road against Truman State, 61-58. We'll get you those starting lineups as soon as they're done announcing them here. Umsel, as we mentioned, 13-4, coming on the road to a Quincy team that's 8-9, looking at even up their record at 500. Good look at the pretty cool pregame introduction that QU Media Development put together, these intros on the video boards. If you haven't gotten a chance to come out and see them, they're pretty cool. Take you through the starters for Umsel. We'll go in numerical order here. Number 1, Jason Towery, a 6'5", 205-pound redshirt junior from Lincoln, Nebraska. And then Johnathan Matthews, the 5'9", 150-pound senior guard from Phoenix, Arizona. The Phoenix College transfer gets the start this afternoon. Number 12, Anthony Hughes, the 6'3", 186-pound sophomore guard from St. Louis, the SLOU High School product. And number 23, Steve Webb, a 6'2", 195-pound redshirt freshman, also from St. Louis. And at center, number 42, Eric Dust, a 6'8", 235-pound senior from Taylorville, Illinois. Take it through the starters for Quincy. Jacoby Womack getting the start at guard, the 6'3", 175-pound redshirt junior from St. Louis. Alongside him will be Demetrius Houston, number 3, the 6'2", 190-pound senior guard from Birmingham, Alabama, North Central Missouri transfer. And from right here in Quincy, Illinois, Tanner Stuckman, number 24, the 6'9", 210-pound redshirt sophomore forward, the Quincy Notre Dame product. And number 33, Marcus Hinton from Florissant, Missouri, the 6'7", 185-pound redshirt senior. And the John Wood College transfer, Aziz Fadika, number 42, 6'7", 230 pounds. Those are your starters. For Umsel, it is Towery, Matthews, Hughes, Webb, and Dust. And for Quincy, Womack, Houston, Stuckman, Hinton, and Fadika. Towery and Hinton will take the tip-off. We're just about set for the second game of our doubleheader from Pepsi Arena. The Umsel men and the QU men set to square off. Quincy controls the opening tip. Demetrius Houston will bring the ball up for the Hawks. Hawks coming off that thrilling victory over Maryville the other night on Thursday, 73-71. Both these teams with one possession outings in their last one. Umsel with a loss to win over Truman State, excuse me. As the first shot by Houston is short, Umsel back the other way. And Matthews drills a three, and Umsel is on the board 30 seconds into the ball game.
I forgot to mention that Umsel is also a good three-point shooting team. Definitely got a lot of guys who can shoot the ball well. So Quincy Hawks have to watch out for that. 35% as a team coming in today. That's a very good mark. Almost 49% from the field. Very good shooting team, like you said. Hughes on the left wing. He'll give it over to Towery. He tries to go over Fadika and Stuckman and leaves it short. Stuckman controls the rebound for the Hawks. Hinton finds Fadika down low, working on Dust. Kick it out to Houston. They'll swing it over to Womack. Looking for Stuckman down low. Instead, he'll take a three and drill it right in Anthony Hughes' face. Jacoby Womack has played really well in the last game. Had over 20 points. Let's see if we can match that by this game.
I mentioned a 21-point outing against Maryville. That's a season high for Womack. As Matthews tries to go up over the top, instead the rebound to Hinton as he hit it off the right iron. Womack leaves it for Hinton. They'll swing it to Houston. Suckman in the corner. Touch pass down low to Fadika, working on Dust. Tries to go up and under. Good defense from Dust, but an even better move by Fadika.
Tough shot.
Quincy has their first lead. Yeah, very tough shot. Very good defense from Dust, but even better offensive play by Fadika. 2 minutes into the ball game. Quincy with their first lead, an early 5-3 lead. Matthews sets up the offense. Hughes will take a three, no good. Rebound, Webb underneath, no good. Hinton with the rebound. A couple missed opportunities there from Umsel. Hughes had an open shot. Webb had the putback opportunity, but couldn't knock it in. Quincy setting up now. Nice move there by Houston. Even better pass to Fadika. He has a second bucket.
That's great offense.
Excellent find there by Houston. Webb driving baseline. They'll kick it back to Towery. He'll set it back up for Hughes, being guarded by Womack. And Hughes loses out of bounds. Excellent defense there by Jacoby Womack. QU kind of enforcing their will here early on, Marcellus.
Yes, they have. Taking every advantage that they have, inside and out.
Approaching just about 3 minutes into the ball game. QU with a 7-3 lead. Hinton will take a three from the corner, and he'll drill it.
The Hawks are feeling themselves right now at the beginning of this game.
You know they are. 10-3 early lead for Quincy. Webb in the corner for three. He drills it. He does the same thing Marcus Hinton just did. Holds up the little three below his waist. I was like, anything you can do, I can do better. Nice play by Webb to knock that one away from Hinton. First substitutions for Umsel. Shane Wisnick, a 6 foot, 180-pound sophomore from Oshkosh, Wisconsin, comes to the game along with Jalen Wilkins McCoy, 6'4", 175-pound junior forward. No substitutions for Quincy just yet. Houston finds Womack at the top of the key. He'll launch for three. Off front iron, no good. Rebound tipped around, comes down to Suckman. Fresh shot clock, but he turns it over. Carson back the other way. He'll give it for Wisnick. Pair just into the game, Ronnie Carson and Shane Wisnick. Ronnie Carson, the 6'1", 180-pound junior from Lexington, Kentucky. Also into the game. The only starters still out there are Dust and Webb. Houston, the jab step, gets past Wisnick. Off glass, no good. Rebound, bounces around. Comes down to Wilkins McCoy. Umsel back the other way. 10-8 Quincy with the early lead. Carson pressured there by Womack and Fadika, but a foul is called, and Umsel will have a fresh 30. Fouls on Jacoby Womack, his first. As we come to the first media timeout, 15-40, just over 57%. Leading scorer through the first few minutes is Fadika with 4. Jose Grubbs checks into the game for Umsel, another substitution, as that floater is left short by Towery. Rebound for Hinton. We were talking over that break. Turnovers are going to be, whoever wins the turnover margin, you would like to think would win a game like this. That's probably going to be pretty close.
Yes, turnovers are very, very crucial. You have to be careful with that, especially for the Hawks, because I noticed they've been having trouble with that in their past games. And when it comes to live turnovers, leads to open baskets off the break.
Averaging just over 14 turnovers a game as Aziz Fadika is feeling it here early. He has 6 already. 4-point lead for the Hawks. They've led for about the past 3 or so minutes. Now approaching the last 4. On the left wing is Ronnie Carson being worked on by Womack. Wisnick. Back to Wisnick for 3, and he nails it. The Oshkosh, Wisconsin native brings Umsel within 1. Umsel 3 for 4 on 3-pointers early on. Quincy 2 for 3. Fadika working on Wilkins. McCoy up and under Aziz Fadika.
Very tough play by Fadika there.
We've seen Fadika play very well in the first part of the season, playing a lot of valuable minutes as Ryan Briscoe will check in for Demetrius Houston. Fadika already 8 points in the first, not even 6 minutes. Really just imposing his will underneath the basket, and he'll look to get up to 9 points here in the first just about 6 minutes. And the 50% free throw shooter knocks it in to complete the three-point play. Fadika already with 9. Briscoe pressuring Wisink out towards half court. The shot by Grubbs is no good. Rebound Fadika. Jose Grubbs, his first action of the game, misses that jumper. Fadika will leave it for Womack. 18 on the shot clock. Hitting in the corner, looking for Stuckman down low. Good defense by Grubbs. It's knocked away by Wisting. Nice diving play by Womack to keep it alive. Shot clock down to 6. Womack will have to probably take the shot here. Womack, a floater off the glass. With under 2 on the shot clock, Womack, nice dribble drive to get around his man. Humsel back the other way with Carson in the corner. Good defense there by Womack. Good hedge by Fadika, but he fouled him. Used the body a little too much. Marcellus, you're a pretty big guy. You have to hedge on a lot of those screens. What's the key to not get a foul call on those when you hedge those screens like that?
One thing is you always have to be prepared when the screen is coming. And then also you have to yell out to the guards that the screen is coming. And by the time the screen is coming, you have to make sure you got to slide off to the kind of sideline way instead of diagonally. So in that way the person with the ball doesn't have a chance to get to the basket. It'll give him a good chance to stop them while the guard can get back to their man.
Humsel now has 5 on the shot clock. Grubbs gets down low for Dust. He's going to have to get off a shot quick. He does over Fadika, hits front iron. And they'll call a foul on Humsel. I believe that's Towery. We'll get the foul call on the over the back. QU, a very good start. Up 6 here early.
Fadika with 9 points under 6 minutes. Now he's having a good start for this game.
That's about as good of a start as you can ask for. As we say that, Paulo Camillo will replace him. And Josh Carter will check into the game for Humsel, who replaced Towery, who already has 2 fouls in the first 7 minutes. Briscoe, Womack, Hinton, Stuckman, and Camillo out there for the Hawks. Dust, Grubbs, Carter, Wisink, and Carson out there for Humsel. 13:04 to play here in the first half. Quincy with a 6-point lead. Briscoe trying to get it to Stuckman down low. Can't do it. Camillo circles it back to Womack. Back to Briscoe for 3. No good. Off left iron. Rebound to Carson. Wisink tries to get past Briscoe. Kicks it back to Carson, who gets past Womack and just loses it out of bounds. They'll go back to Quincy. They see Womack there on defense, just causing havoc out towards the perimeter. He's long. He's pretty darn big. He's only 6'3", but he's got a much bigger wingspan, I would imagine, than that. Quincy looking to extend their lead, a 6-point lead now. Stuckman working on Eric Dust. Back to Briscoe, wide open for 3, no good, off left iron. Jose Grubbs with the rebound. Nice pass inside to Josh Carter. He gets his first points. Excellent find there by Grubbs.
Yeah, one thing I remember about UMSA is that they love to push the break. So Quincy has to get back on defense as quick as they can.
They did, except they let Carter get behind them, and Carter with the easy layup. Even better pass as there's some pushing and shoving down low. And the foul will be on Shane Wisink. As Stuckman, a little sigh of relief there. I thought that foul might have been on him. But they come to the second media timeout. 12 minutes to play in the first half. So what have you seen from Quincy trying to get him involved in the offense. Looked like they're just telling him, big boy, you go post up and we'll feed you down low.
Definitely the size advantage because when it comes to Fadiga, he's 230 pounds, 6'7", 6'8". He has a good length, has definitely good feet, and definitely try to get to the rim as hard as he can. He's tough to guard, I'll give him that.
Yeah, and you mentioned those quick feet. For as big as he is, he's very athletic.
Yeah, you don't see that many from bigs out there.
Stuckman with a step-back jumper, and he drills it. Stuckman, I was talking with Will a few days ago about Tanner Stuckman, and we kind of talked about he's more of a Euro forward. He's not that guy that's going to post up a lot down low. He's that guy that can step out and knock down a shot for you. Not much of a bruiser down low, and he showed his skill there with a nice little 15-foot jumper.
Yeah, I agree with you, but as much as that, I would say that he can be in the post as when he needs to. The only thing is that he's got to realize the person who's guarding him, whether it's like someone smaller than him or whatever. I mean, he's a good pick and pop and shooter, but at the same time, he has so many opportunities for a pick and roll where the middle's wide open.
Robert DeVries checks into the game for Quincy after that kickball violation. Quincy now with 12 on the shot clock. Houston back into the game as well. He has it now. 5 on the shot clock. Step back jumper is good. Houston, a bit of a smile as he stares down Steve Webb, who was guarding him, and Houston, for lack of a better term, broke his ankles. As the team's just going back and forth. Matthews drills a 3.
Demetrius D-Man Houston, he loves making people fall. I noticed that during in practice as well.
He's a character, I'll tell you that much. Briscoe in the short corner to Camillo. Working on Dust. Camillo, the big body, puts it up. No good. You talk about Fadiga being a big body. Camillo's just as big, if not. He's listed at only 6'7", 230, but I'd venture to say he's bigger than that. As Briscoe goes on, what a bucket by Ryan Briscoe as he draws the contact.
That's a smart way of sharing the ball off the break.
Talk about Umsel being good at breaking the press. QU doing their, I guess, best Umsel impersonation, breaking the press there. They're already at 23 points, less than 10 minutes into this one. As Briscoe knocks it in, 75% free throw shooter on the year, makes it an 8-point lead for the Hawks. Very good first 10 minutes for Quincy, as Umsel will try to claw their way back into it. Still anybody's game, obviously very early. Don't want to get too ahead of yourselves. Nice pass there by Webb to Dust, and he draws contact on Camillo, and he'll go to the line. Excellent court vision there by Steve Webb, finding Eric Dust down low. Dust, the big body, listed as the biggest player on this Umsel team, 6'8", 235 pounds. He looks even taller than that.
I would say he's about like 6'9", maybe.
Yeah, Camillo's listed at 6'7". Dust looks a good 2 inches taller than him as he misses the first free throw. Remains an 8-point game. Dust, for as big as he is, a very good free throw shooter. 79% on the year. Don't see a lot of big guys his size at this level that are such good free throw shooters, but he is, as he makes 1 of 2.
Yeah, you see very rarely few bigs that can shoot the free throw well.
And my grandpa talks about this all the time. Now it's kind of a grandpa thing, but he says, with as big as these guys are, they go to the free throw line so much that wouldn't you think they'd be practicing free throws almost more than anything? As DeVries wave off the basket, he traveled. Nice move there by DeVries, but it's waved off due to a travel call.
Yeah, I wanted to add off what you mean by the free throws for the bigs. Now, free throws are very important because when you're a big, you're going to get banged a lot inside, like a lot of slaps, a lot of hits. So you would think that the bigs have to be ready for free throws and practice them a lot pretty much every day. And free throws are very crucial. They really are.
They often decide games like which this one might. It's looking like it's going to shape out to be. Quincy with a 7-point lead as that pass is knocked out of bounds. Very good first 10 minutes for this Quincy Ball Club. Coming in today 8-9, as we talked about in the open. They won just 9 games last year, went 9-18. A win today would move them, not only move them to 500, but would also match that win total. As Tanner Stuckman comes back into the game, he'll replace Marcus Hinton. Briscoe gets it into Stuckman with 17 on the shot clock. Houston is fouled.
Speaking on the 9 wins we had last year, it was a tough season for us because 2 years ago they were actually in the tournament, and pretty much all the seniors that they had pretty much graduated. There's like 5 or 6 of them. So last year we had pretty much got to get like a new group, new set of guys, and it was hard to kind of bring the chemistry in because everybody was new.
Paulo Camillo for those first points of the afternoon. Gives the Hawks a 9-point lead. Jose Grubbs, closely guarded by Houston. The hedge by Camillo. He has to get back and cover the paint. He does. We talk about that hedge. Camillo did a nice job there. As Dust, too many steps. Back to Quincy. So you can feel the momentum. Pretty good. I would have to say, with as poor as the weather is, this crowd in Pepsi Arena is a very good one for as bad as the weather has been the past couple days. The crowd loved that one, a travel. And Dust comes out of the ball game. DeVries on the left wing, swings it over to Stuckman, over to Briscoe. And to Houston in the corner for 3, in and out. It looked pretty good. Grubbs with the rebound. Nice little behind-the-back dribble to get around Houston. Left wing Matthews now back up to the top of the key. Gets a screen from Josh Carter. Grubbs will try a 3, and he'll nail it. Give these guys any sort of space, and they'll knock it down. Said earlier, 35% three-point shooting as a team. That's pretty darn good. They don't shoot a lot of three-pointers, but when they do, not more times than not, but more times than a lot of other teams, they go in. There's a foul. We'll send us to the media timeout with 7:30. 26-20. Hawks lead it. Just over 7:30 to play here in the first half. Aziz Fadeki still the leading scorer. He'll check back into the game for Paulo Camillo. Filled in valiantly, I will say. 20 on the shot clock for the Hawks after the foul on Ronnie Carson. Now 10 on the shot clock. Womack will drive baseline, gives it off to Hinton, and he lost it, but he was fouled. And they'll give him 2 free throws. Foul will be on Jose Grubbs, his first. Marcus Hinton will go to the line for 2 free throws. Hinton on the year, 78% from the line. Hawks as a team shoot just over 70%, 70.7. Umzel's just about 72.5% from the line. And knocks in both to extend the Quincy lead to 8. 28-20. As a foul, early foul is called on Demetrius Houston. Not a smart foul there. About 80 feet from the basket.
Yeah, definitely have to be careful with that. Can't pick up early fouls in the first half.
Jose Grubbs gets a screen from Wilkins McCoy. Ball swung over now to Anthony Hughes. Fadika, a nice hedge there, gets back on his man. And Wilkins McCoy took too many steps, shuffled his feet, trying to drive to the basket. Got a little over anxious there. Marcel, we see that a lot with guys on that shot fake. You're a big guy, you don't play around the perimeter very much, but what do you notice when you go for that shot fake, how can you keep from shuffling your feet like that?
Definitely stay low and you just only have to like move your arms, not your whole body. Because if you move like your whole body, it's going to be kind of obvious it's going to be a foul because you're moving like everything, especially your feet. So you have to be real careful with that also.
As Womack sinks that three. Now Grubbs trying to answer. He won't. Excellent rebound by Wilkins McCoy. And he even draws the foul on Tanner Stuckman.
That foul is kind of questionable. I mean, he bossed him out pretty well. So unless Stuckman had his arm wrapped around him, then that could be a possibility for that foul.
I think that's what the ref is indicating there. He kind of put his arms behind his back. As that will go back the other way, Grubbs pushed off Jacoby Womack, and Grubbs picks up his second foul. Not a foul you want to give if you're Jose Grubbs.
No way.
You get a foul call or an offensive rebound, and then you give it right back. And Quincy is in the bonus.
Yeah, especially when you have an out-of-bounds play that's on the baseline under the basket. So then that's an opportunity you can't waste either.
Yeah. There's an offensive foul, so no free throws for the Hawks. Umsel with 8 fouls, Quincy just 5, excuse me. So they still have a foul to give before Umsel goes in the bonus. Quincy, if they were to draw a foul, would be in the bonus. 31-20. Under 6.5 to play in the first half. Briscoe directing traffic at the top of the key. He wants a screen from Hinton. 7 on the shot clock. Briscoe needs to get going towards the basket here pretty soon. With 2 on the shot clock, lets it go, and it's blocked by Josh Carter. Back the other way, 2-on-1 for Umsel. Nice pass by Matthews inside to Anthony Hughes, and he completes the and one. And he'll go to the line to try to make it a 3-point play. Excellent pass there by Johnathan Matthews to find a streaking Anthony Hughes.
Yeah, Matthews has very good court vision, as you can tell.
Matthews coming into the day, averaging just about 2 assists a game from the point guard spot. A very, very small guard, 5'9", 150 pounds. Hughes completes the 3-point play. It's back to an 8-point game.
Yeah, you would think that size matters in a game like this, but people can find a way.
He makes up for that with incredible speed, I will say. At least all indications point to that here early. Fadika, leading all scorers with 9 points, gives it off to Houston with 12 on the shot clock. He kind of pushed off Hughes there, no call, and the shot is short. Back come the Tritons. Hughes for 3, no good. Fight for the rebound. Hinton, nice job to get it over Wilkins McCoy. Briscoe in the corner. We'll get it back to Houston. Womack swings it to Hinton in the corner. He'll let it fly. That was partially blocked by Wilkins McCoy. And here come the Tritons the other way. Steve Webb, a nice Euro step. It's blocked by Hinton. Follow, no good. And it deflects out of bounds off Quincy. Ball just kind of bounced around the rim. Hinton with a nice block on Steve Webb. Webb made an excellent drive to the basket. And then the follow was no good. But Umsel retains possession with a fresh shot clock. About 5 minutes to play. Webb will let it fly from the left wing. No good. Rebound Matthews. Hughes thought about it, gives it over back to Matthews, and he'll set up the offense. Matthews swings it to Webb. Now, mid-range jumper by Josh Carter is good. And Quincy wants a timeout. They'll take it with 4:44 left here in the first half.
A little miscommunication there on the 2-3 zone with the Hawks.
Starters minus Stuckman out there for Quincy. Briscoe. He didn't start, but he's played the majority of this first half. He started most of the games this year. He was a little under the weather over the break, along with Stuckman and Hinton were both under the weather. They were listening to that Lewis game, and there were 3 or 4 Quincy players that were sick. Yeah, Tanner Stuckman had to ride to that game in a separate vehicle to avoid trying to get the rest of the team sick. Womack almost stumbled there. Tries to get around Webb. He draws contact. See Jacoby Womack do that a lot. Initiate the contact. That's what James Harden's so good at. Just initiating the contact, and sometimes it might not be a foul, but you make it look like one. Sometimes they'll call it. Womack will go to the line for 2.
Definitely Womack's specialty there. He loves going to people's bodies to draw on the foul.
Womack is 65% free throw shooter on the year, knocks in the first one. Let's make it a 7-point game with 4:22 left here in the first half. Pretty good start here for Quincy after Elmsville got the opening bucket. Quincy's led since about 2 minutes into this half. And Womack makes them both to make it an 8-point game. Elmsville looking to get it back to a 2-possession game. Nice play by Houston. Seeing Houston with a bunch of energy here early on. 4:17 on the clock, 25 on the shot clock for Elmsville. Matthews closely guarded by Briscoe and gets a nice screen from Carter. Grubbs thought about it, and he's too strong on the layup. Back the other way come Quincy. They have numbers. Womack will try a 3, and he'll hit it. And Elmsville wants a timeout. Bob Sun.
Man-to-man talk, I was saying.
Yeah, man-to-man. We'll call that a man-to-man. Now, an interesting fact about Sunvold, he actually got his coaching start under Norm Stewart at Mizzou. Those people who follow Mizzou closely or went to Mizzou in the past know exactly how good of a coach Norm Stewart was. Sunvold spent 13 years under Norm Stewart at Mizzou, so some valuable experience. He's taken over 30 years of coaching experience, 13 as a head coach.
Quincy's doing really well on offense. Only 3 turnovers in 16 minutes.
It's not a bad start. They average just over 14 a game, so under that pace. They've really taken care of the ball, and once Elmsville tries to start to make a run, they have an answer. We had an inverted or shot clock issue here. Shot clock never started on that last possession. They'll wind it down to 20. So 20 on the shot clock for Elmsville. They'll inbound down 11. Just under 4 minutes to play. Next whistle will be the media timeout. As Ronnie Carson is fouled on his way to the basket. Jacoby Womack holding a place you don't want to be holding. Let's just say, I think he got a hand below the waist a little bit there. A little shot below the belt. In boxing, that'd be a disqualification, but this is basketball. That happens. Womack will come out 13 points here in the opening half. Ronnie Carson will shoot a 1-and-1, and he'll knock down the first one. Carson on the year, 74% free throw shooter. Best shooter on this team is Johnathan Matthews at 89, just under 89%.
Wow.
That's getting it done at the free throw stripe. Robert DeVries newly checked into the game. He replaced Womack. He gets it over to Briscoe on the right wing. And DeVries will try to probe at the basket. He gets past his man, up and under, no good. Rebound, Wilkins-McCoy. Approaching 3 minutes to play here in the first half. As that last timeout, they counted as a media timeout. And Matthews carried it, a turnover for Elmsville. Back to the Hawks. Aziz Fadika in the double digits. Excellent pass there by DeVries to find the shrieking Fadika. And Fadika now with 11.
Two of the players on the Hawks with double digits.
Already. And Carson pushed off. Demetrius Houston fired up. Ball goes back to Quincy. Demetrius Houston causing all sorts of havoc on the defensive end. He is fired up, and rightly so. As his Hawks have an 11-point lead. Coach Ryan Hellenthal has to like what he's seeing here early on out of this Quincy Hawk team. Coming off the emotional victory last game, you wonder if there's be a bit of a letdown, but it doesn't look to be that way. Fadika underneath, and he goes strong to the basket. Aziz Fadika, 13, tying a game high with Jacoby Womack. Matthews nearly traveled, gets it down low to Carter. He might have traveled too, but instead they get a foul call on Marcus Hinton. I guess he kept his pivot foot on the ground. I think he had a bit of a lane there, and he didn't really see it until the last second, but he gets the foul call, and he'll try to complete the old-fashioned three-point play. So he'll try to make it a 10-point game. 40-29, 2:13 on the clock left in the first half. It's a very entertaining first half. Carter knocks it in, completes the three-point play. It's a 10-point game. Briscoe will bring it up for the Hawks. Gets a screen from Fadika. Swing it to DeVries. He's looking for Fadika. He finds him working on Wisink. A bit of a mismatch here. He tries to get it to Stuckman. He gets it back. It's 10 on the shot clock. Shot clock does not reset. Houston will take a deep three, and he'll hit it. What a shot by Demetrius Houston. He is feeling it right now. Carter down low. He gets the foul call on DeVries. DeVries is beside himself.
Salazar did not like that call. Seems questionable there. I don't know if there's a little bit of hand-to-hand contact on that foul there off the play.
Yeah, that'd be about the only thing. DeVries now with a bit of a chuckle. He is beside himself after that foul call. As the ref explains to him that he hit him on the arm, DeVries. Young fella, just agree and smile and nod, smile and nod.
Yeah, there are some fouls you just gotta laugh about because you'll just never understand where it came from.
Hey, that happens in the course of a game. Basketball, I think is one of the toughest games to officiate just because there's probably right up there with football. There's so much going on one play, and you only have 3 sets of eyes watching it. Briscoe working on Matthews. Houston at the top of the key thought about it, and he traveled. Back to Umsel. 1:22 left.
D-Man got a little too answer with the ball there. He's got to slow down a little bit. Had enough time on the shot clock just to get a good shot in.
Just the 4th turnover for Quincy, though. 6 for Umsel as Wisting gets past DeVries and draws contact. And DeVries is thinking, what do I have to do to not get a foul call? But that clearly bumped Wisting, and he'll go to the line for a pair of foul shots. 1:13 on the clock. Wisting, the Oshkosh, Wisconsin native. A little bit of a tidbit about Wisconsin. I just went up to Wisconsin a couple weeks ago over winter break to see a Milwaukee Bucks game. That was very entertaining. You ever been to an NBA game?
As much as I can remember, if my memory is correct. I think I've been to a Laker game, I believe, in the Staples Center. It was like years ago when I was a kid.
Yeah.
I think they're going against the Cleveland Cavaliers when LeBron James was at his younger age.
Yeah.
It was definitely a fun game to watch.
Yeah, it's quite a show. Those of you watching, if you haven't made it out to an NBA game, I highly suggest it. Even if you're not really a fan of an NBA team, if you're a basketball fan, you'll thoroughly enjoy an NBA basketball game.
Oh, yeah. Speaking of which, I also did go to an NBA game in Utah back in my junior college days when I was a freshman. Definitely a great game because Jamal Crawford, man, he can really play. Has a very tight handle, can shoot the ball. He also hit the game-winning shot, too. And once he hit that shot, pretty much the Utah fans just left the building. It was something. It was a really great game to watch.
The Bucks, when I went to go play them, they were actually playing the Jazz. So we've both seen the Jazz in person. As Fadika drew that contact with just about 6 on the shot clock. He'll go to the line already with 13 points, trying to pick up his 14th and 15th. No matter what, Quincy will get another possession. Clock at 48.9 seconds. Fadika drills the first one. He has 14. He goes 1 for 2 from the line. A 10-point lead, 44-34 for Quincy. Pass is deflected. Good hands by Briscoe. Newly entered DeAndre Alexander gets up there to challenge. But an offensive foul, I believe, called on Wissink. So he was driving to the basket.
It looked like he had his arm against him. I think he hit Briscoe in the face right there.
Yeah, maybe a push off there.